Hi everybody, welcome here and welcome back. Today I'm going to start this video by sharing a secret with you. It has been nearly 4 years that I've been coming on here sharing my passion for the royal family. It's my hobby and one of my many interests. The royal family is like family to me, and I do not mean it in any weird delusional way, but instead, like with family, I can criticize them, get mad at them, etc., but no one should dare cause them harm, or I turn into a warrior ready to protect them. Like with my own family, do I approve of everything everyone in my family say or do? No, I certainly don't. And neither do I like or approve of everything everyone in the royal family say or do. And do I make my opinion clear? Am I outspoken about it? Yes, indeed I am. But no way will I ever bully or continue to bully someone in any way which I know or I think will have detrimental effects on their physical or mental well-being. But does that mean that one must ignore gross misconduct, sick, criminal, or traitorous behavior just because it may threaten someone's physical or mental well being? No, 100 times no. I believe in the greater good, and sometimes a choice has to be made, a sad one and a difficult one. And that choice may be that one will have to sacrifice one to save many. And my secret is that for a while, things I have been seeing on social media had been bothering me more and more to the point where I feel it is affecting my own mental health. I am chronically sad, depressed, or angry. Of course, I have my own ongoing saga in the background, but things I see on social media, the nastiness, the bullying, and the ridiculous, nonsensical, and supposed validation of this kind of behavior is becoming a little much. It really makes me sick, and I do not want to be part of it. It makes me feel bad. And therefore, I am going to take a break from all social media except to come and deliver my own content and interact with my loyal supporters and viewers right here on this platform and nowhere else. No X or Twitter, no Instagram. So if you have been in the habit of sending me DMs, please don't take it personally if I don't reply. I need to step back from some of the nastiness being perpetrated under the auspices of being in the Mexiteers or anti Harry and Meghan camp. Instead, I will catch up on some interesting and kind email, and in the next few weeks, I'll even share some of the interesting information, whether about the royals or not, with the rest of you. Okay, so back to what I started talking about. I am indeed all about freedom of speech and the right to protest and everything else in that category. But lately, the lack of repercussions, the lack of discipline, and the lack of applying the law has turned protests into looting sprees and other criminal behavior, such as attacking law enforcement and burning trash and buildings, etc., etc. And no, I'm not just talking about London or any specific French or American city. No, no, no. It is all over, even here in my own country. There is an apparent fear of acting against the destructive elements in our society, and As a result, law-abiding people are suffering the consequences of these unlawful actions. But I'm using these violent protests as an example. But this lack of repercussion and discipline is exactly what we have been talking about in some shape or form for the past 4 years now. And once again, the same principle is apparent in Omid Scobie's book. Now, I agree with Lady C's comment on GB News. Yes, for you naysayers out there, I have not read Scobie's entire book, and yes, there may even be a few pieces of truth in there, and lo and behold, even a few things I may agree with. But from what I have read so far, the pages put out by Scobie and his publisher, it is indeed mostly, like Lady C says, the invention and what I think of a deranged or at least ignorant mind. Let's take another example from the printed pages. According to the book, it was Princess Anne who convinced King Charles to evict Harry and Meghan from Frogmore. Fiction, utter fabrication, invention of someone who does not know how the monarchy works. Again. Frogmore Cottage is a Crown property managed by the Crown Estate, consisting out of 8 commissioners who carry the power of ownership, and these commissioners are only answerable to the King and Parliament. End of story. If Harry had a signed lease agreement, which I believe he had, then not even the king could evict him unless he, Harry, broke the rules and clauses of the agreement. And after he received the required written warnings as per this agreement. In this case, Harry's lease was up for renewal. The commissioners were not keen on renewing it because, number one, Harry was not paying a market-related rental, and number two, Harry left the property unoccupied and unattended for months at a time. It was discussed with the king, King Charles, who agreed with the commissioners, and Harry's lease was not renewed. I mean, who knows? Maybe Charles mentioned it to his sister in passing, and maybe she assured him that they were making the right decision. I don't know. But what I do know is that the leasing of Frogmore Cottage to Harry and Meghan has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with Princess Anne. She has no say in any of it, no decision-making power as far as any property under the ownership and management of the Crown Estate is concerned. And more than that, Princess Anne has no reason, no incentive to have Harry kicked out of Frogmore. She and her entire family are safely housed on her estate and have no desire to move anywhere else. So what on earth would Princess Anne gain by convincing King Charles and the Crown to kick Harry out? Now this kind of thing is pure malicious rumor and gossip sold as fact in this seemingly vile book. My point, or the point I actually wish to make, is why? And the answer, my dear friends, is simple. Very, very simple. Because they can. To date, we know that Meghan and Harry assisted in Scobie and Durant's writing of Finding Freedom. Something she lied to a British court too, and when caught lying, all she did was, "Sorry, I forgot." No repercussions, no fine or jail time for contempt of court. Nothing. Just, "Okay, Meghan, fine, Meghan, bye, Meghan." Then the Oprah interview. Numerous untrue and slanderous accusations coming uncoerced out of the mouths of a British born prince and his X rated actress wife. And yes, I am saying X-rated because, yes, she was always prepared to play the more salacious roles and naked bedroom scenes. So what happened? Nothing happened. As a matter of fact, they went on to spread more lies and more hatred in a Netflix series, in a book, and a multitude of interviews. And what happened? Nothing. Harry even went so far in previous interviews to slander the United Kingdom, slander the British people, slander the British media. And what happened? Nothing. Harry is still fifth in line to the throne, still a prince of the very country he slanders, still a duke of a county he is not doing anything for, still a councillor of state, although he does not even live in the country, and still on the royal website as a working royal. And his X-rated actress wife is right up there with him, and together their royal titles are responsible for the largest portion of their income. 90% of their appearances are based on those titles. The very fact that they are still treated like VIPs is based on those titles and the fact that they are still officially so much part of the core family and the firm. And I am specifically saying officially, as obviously in reality, of course, they are not. So, taking everything into account, pulling it all together into a bigger picture, it is really very simple. Omid Scobie will continue to lie or spread his vitriol on behalf of his mistress and puppet master, Meghan. He will continue to make money off this damaging, hurtful, bullying rubbish for as long as he is allowed to. The same goes for Meghan. She has lost touch with reality a long, long time ago, and not just when it comes to the royal family, but even when it comes to her everyday behavior. We saw that at the Variety Gala and her behavior on the black carpet. And I'm telling you, she will continue to draw the royal family into her vitriol and imaginings for as long as, let's say it all together, for as long as she is allowed to. I hear so many creators saying that the king is 100% right by ignoring Harry and Meghan and having nothing to do with them. And I do not agree, not at all. It is the king's duty to protect the rest of his family against the damaging and hurtful vitriol caused by Meghan and Harry. It is the king's duty to protect his country and its citizens from Harry and Meghan's damaging, hurtful vitriol, and therefore it is his duty to cut all ties between Harry and Meghan and the monarchy, and do so as soon as possible. As a matter of fact, if he starts the process today, it will all be over in 40 days. No more prince, no more duke and duchess, no more earl or baron, no position in the line of succession, no possibility of ever again having any say in the matters of the crown. That is accountability. That is discipline. That is showing strength. That is what needs to happen before the victims of this situation start to drop like flies. Will that mean that the king no longer loves his son? Of course not. When they are ready, the king can again clutch his son to his bosom. He can pull strings to help his son out. Who cares? That is not my business or yours, but the monarchy, the crown, and how it operates and how it treats its people is our business. And this shit must stop. And it is the king's duty to make it stop. Cut your son loose, sir. Set him free, sir. If he comes back to you, you will know that he is loyal and truly loves you. But if he doesn't, then, sir, you have lost absolutely nothing. And as a closing, I hope someone steps up and sues the shit out of Scobie. And I hope he never gets to work as a journalist ever again, because the job of a journalist is to report on facts, good or bad, and not to write fiction. Okay, guys, lately it feels like all I do is rant, and it is not helping me. It is not helping me in my own struggles. So, whether I gain or lose traction and subscribers or not, I am going to revert back to my old and trusted method and style for a while, with deep dives and research, and leave the salacious gossip to others. As far as Omit's book, I would not wipe my backside with it. And all it is doing is it is strengthening my loyalty to the monarchy, and even soliciting sympathy and empathy for the king as a human being and parent, something I did not have much of until Harry and Meghan and their lackeys started their onslaught. So they are getting the exact opposite reaction from what they desire, at least from me. I'm ending this video by pleading with the king to do the right thing by his country and his subjects. Please, sir. Okay, guys, I'm off. I am very tired, very stressed, and under immense pressure. We still have a few days left of exams and still a lot of filing and administration before we can officially end this academic year. And we still do not have a home. I don't know what more to say. It just is what it is. Like all good things, the bad too will pass eventually. So, guys, if all goes according to plan, I'll see you tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll draw on something from my childhood and say, if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. Love you. Bye.